Hello dudes and dudesses, welcome to this tutorial about the infinite villager breeder. On my right, that is your left, I have a dressed up version of the villager breeder that you see on my left, your right, right? Yeah. The components in this village breeder is a tube, actually two tubes, and two breeding villagers who has a bed each, and then an additional two beds, because the way it works with villagers is that they scan an area 5 up and down around them to see if there's any additional beds, and if there's a free bed they will produce a baby if the conditions are right. You're right? So this part here is the breeder, this is just tubes, and this part up here is the farm. Farm? You say, I don't see any farm. I will throw a link on the screen to my villager nano farm that I already did quite a while ago. But in here, right in here, is a villager planting away on one block of dirt. Usually this setup is quite large if you want to make it automatic. I'll throw in a picture somewhere here of the, I think it's more or less the default setup right now. The actual breeding cell was discovered by or made by Racework, and I think the farm was made by Logical Geek Boy. But Impulse put the two together, and you see it a lot of places on Hermitcraft and so on, right? In this contraption behind me, the farmer can only pathfind to one block. So it's very lag friendly. So these are the three different components. Now, another advantage with this is that it's a controlled breeding, which means if I push this button here, exactly 12 carrots will be dispensed to each of these villagers, and that means they're capable of producing one baby. One. They will never produce more and they will never produce less. They will always, if the conditions with the beds and everything else is right, produce one baby. You can also press the button like 3 times in a row, and then they will produce 3 babies with they just have to wait for the cooling period of 5 minutes between each baby, but they will produce 3 babies. So you can go in there, push the button 5 times and go away. As long as the chunks are loaded, they will produce 5 babies, no more, no less. And that is basically the sales pitch for this breeder. I don't like farms to look ugly. I actually do like exposed redstone, but it has to look cool like a machine or something, and I don't think this does, so I kind of dressed it up so you can see the footprint of it if you want to have it in your world. I won't do a tutorial for this because it did take me more than half an hour and I'm not good at block by block tutorials anyhow. It will be a challenge for me to do this, but you can nice it up as you see. And the rails, of course, is just that when they grow up, a minecart can go here and pick them up. If we go in here, you can see I just literally put a shell around it. I haven't done anything else. I put a shell around it and that's it. So it's exactly the same breeding device, just with a shell on it. All right, let's get to building this. And I'll tell you this straight away, mistakes will be made, tears will flow, but we can do it. You're right. Take a screenshot of what's in the chest. It's probably not everything. I've probably forgotten something. Deal with it. We start off by, let's align this, making a hole in the ground for the rails, like so, 3, and then just powered rails all the way. And just for the nicety of it, I'm going to line it with the other towers. And then we need a block, a solid block at each end. Of course, the meaning is that this rail will take the villagers off to somewhere where you need them. Right. Then we place the tubes in the middle like so. I'll try to do this tutorial slower than I usually do, so you can actually build it while watching it, but yeah, you will bear over with me. And I do speed up sometimes just to make the video not be too long. This tube needs to be too wide in the bottom because of the water. We need the water to flow over, and then it's just a regular tube that you build up 6 high, I think, yeah, and down like this. And the same on the other side, faster, yep, like so, right. Then we need to slab off the glass, but we need to do it in a special way. So I place these temporary blocks, and then I place slabs on top of them, like this, like so, and then I knock them out again, so I'll have a space in between the slabs, like so. Now down here I forgot, you have to put in a trapdoor to hold back the water, and put in the water at the bottom of the tube. So back to the top. Yeah, and we need of course to divide the 2 tubes. So this is different. You build it up like this because you need to have another spacing between them, 1.5 block or 1 block between them, like this. There you go. And then you place in the fence gates that the villagers stand on, and as you can see, they don't connect to anything. Then you start on the platform for the pulse lengthener. That's going to make sure that they only get 12 carats each, and you build it up like so with 2 sticky pistons and an observer pointing this way, and you have to get around and have, I just do 3 observers like this and point out the first one. Of course in survival it's different, like so, and then you have to have the dispenser pointing towards you like this. Then it's time to go down with the redstone, the only redstone really, and that's 2 repeaters on each side on 4 ticks, and just redstone down the middle, like so. Easy peasy. I just put in glass here, 16, to try it out. If we go down here and place the button, it should work already, and press it. You see glass flying out, and there should be 4 pieces left in each dispenser. Good, everything's working. So now you place in hoppers, the first one pointing into the side of the dispenser and the other one pointing straight down like this, and then a double chest on top of it. That's to keep the carrots from the nano farm. And if we go back here, don't place the hopper there, that would be a mistake. Place them up there, because otherwise only one of the dispensers gets fed with the carrots. And then the famous 1 piece of dirt, and we make a platform around that, like so. Yep, all the way around. And now it's time to place down dispensers, like so, and then 2 observers like this, and 1 pointing up like this, and then just fill in with blocks all around, like so. And down here we need water for the soil, so we do like this and punch out that block, and we do a trapdoor, put in water and close it off, like so. Then we just need to place in some more blocks around, like so. And this really ain't necessary, strictly speaking, but it's just easier to see what you're doing. If it's flush, you know where you're at, like so. And then it's time to make the front, like so, and we need to get in there and place a sticky piston facing downwards like so, and then we need to have a block going down and take out this block. This will later be a composter, because composters are lets in light. And we need a repeater right there on vortex, and now it's time to bring in the villager. And put the villager in first and then hold the ground afterwards, because otherwise it will be destroyed. Oh, I don't want to go down there. So, like so, hold underneath his feet like this. Hi. And then we need to give him carrots to work. We need to fill his inventory. First we do the composter to see that he's a farmer now, and they have inventories of 8, and they can have 2 crops, so they will always fill 4 spaces with one crop. No, that was not right. Then this one, this one, there's the hopper. So if I lock this, it means that whatever I throw down to him won't get sucked right out. It will stay with him and he can put it in his inventory. And just for the sake of this, I will give him 4 stacks, but you could actually just give him 1 carrot and wait for him to actually grow his own carrots and fill his inventory, but it will take longer for the breeder to work. So now he's got 4 stacks in his inventory, and we will close him off. He will never ever see the light of day again. I'm sorry. And we will put redstone on top like this, and a lever to start it off like so. Oh yeah, we need to turn off that lever so the carrots can actually go to the chest, and let's see what happens. We didn't put in any bone meal, so I'll just fill this up with bone meal, and that's kind of the downside, if you want to say there's a downside with this farm. It does require bone meal, but I mean, this amount I'm putting in now will last very, very long, produce a lot of carrots. So let's see. Yeah, it's going by itself now. That means he's standing in there harvesting and planting and harvesting and planting. Very, very nice. Yeah. So it's time to place down the bed. It's like there, 2 of them. We will do it fast like this. The head should align with the dispensers, and then 2 temporary blocks on this side, and trapdoors that keeps them in like this, and like this. And then just take away the temporary blocks again, and then put a block in between. It's because then they can't share their carrots. You don't want them throwing carrots around. And then put in the villagers. Villager 1, villager 2, like so. And I believe we're ready. Let's make it night like this. Yeah, see, they sleep in the right beds. Oh, yeah, him too, yeah. And let's make it day again, like so. Day, yep, and they are right back where they should be. So let's try and press the button, and carrots gets dispensed. Love hearts are there. Everything is good. Now we just have to wait a little while, and then we should see a baby. Yeah, there he is. Great. Right? Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it was a bit technical, but I did try to make the tutorial a bit slower so you could actually build it. And if you liked it, please leave a like and subscribe and hit that belly button and all that jazz.